they expose failures of governance, planning, procurement, maintenance, and enforcement. And my central questions have always been, where did the money go? Who approved the contracts? And why do the same places flood? Who benefits from repeated failure? So if we look at it from flood resilience in Ghana on the ledger of facts today, we are asking our big question for our big conversation. Are we solving the causes or treating the symptoms? And I think in the last few days, the GARID conversation has been one of the outstanding conversations within the space concerning floods and how we are able to manage floods, basically. So we'll take it from the GARID financing. GARID financed Ghana up to $350 million US.
Okay.
The total World Bank financing after US 150 million top up in 2023. The original approval was 200 million, initial GARID loan approved in 2019. And then there was a top up in 2023 to the tune of 150 million US. So making it a total of 350 million US.
Right.
Now, if we look at the disbursed funds by June 2025, 127.1 million US was disbursed. That amounts to 36.3% of total GARID credits disbursed. And the GARID transactions, if perusing their own records, their own ledger, we're seeing about 2,688 transactions in all, approximate number of payment records reviewed for this particular ledger. And then the total commitment, that's the gross GARID commitment in transaction ledger, is 592.34 million Ghana cedis.
Okay.
If we look at the total that was paid, payments recorded in the ledger, we're seeing 551.57 million Ghana cedis. And then we are looking at the outstanding, the difference, which is 40.78 million Ghana cedis in commitments still outstanding. Now, we look at 2019 to 2024 flood works, and we realize 65.07 million Ghana cedis, amounting 23.45%, clearly linked to flood and drainage works. So between from 2019, when the funds, the first 150 was released, and subsequently in 2023, when 200 million US was released, up to 2024, 23.45% only were linked to flood and drainage works. Now, if we look at the 2025 to 2026 flood works, we are seeing 208.95 million Ghana cedis released, and that makes up about 76.23%. And I think that's where a lot of people have been asking questions, that how come between 2019 and 2024, 65.07 million Ghana cedis was used. That's 23.45% of the funds were used. And just in a period of 1 year, 208.95 million, that is 76.23% of the funds were used. The explanation has been that 76.23% has been linked to flood and drainage works, where directly, that's the infrastructure, whereas the 0.45%, has been linked to things unrelated and some related to flood mitigation. Now, if we look at the Odo capacity gain, that's reported increase by June 2025 is 0. Nothing has been done. In simple terms, so it's understandable. If we look at the detention capacity against...
okay, hold on. So the Odo capacity as of June 2025 is 0?
Yes.
But for the 65.07 million cedis, some was allocated to clear, to do flood and drainage works.
Yes.
The Odo was not targeted, the Odo was not part of those areas?
It was supposed to. There are a list of places that should be done. The Odo is one of them. So ideally, if we look at the capacity, that is 0 cubic meters has been done. So we look at it, the detention capacity is still 0.
And even with the 2025-2026 flood works program,
yes,
the 208 million cedis,
yes,
that also, I'm sure that is from beginning 2025,
yes,
up until we're still in 2026.
Yes.
But by mid 2025, we still do not see any impact.
No, we'll be coming to the 2025.
Okay.
This is for the 2019 to 2024.
Okay.
And then you realize that if you look at the Odo Channel floodwater carrying capacity, the target was 191,500 cubic meter. That's the volume, but 0 was delivered. And I think that's exactly what I've been speaking to. If we look at the civil works that was done as well, or even if we look at the upstream flood detention capacity as well, that's the 1 million cubic meter in terms of volume. The detention capacity is also 0.
Okay.
And then we look at flood ponds built. The target was supposed to be 2, but none completed by June 2025. So this is capturing its entirety.
Okay.
And if we look at bridges constructed, there's supposed to be bridge constructions as well. We see 0 of 3 as well. So for our bridge constructions, we see a 0.3.
Okay, let's move on and see.
And then we look at the drainage repaired. We should have repaired at least 6 kilometers of drainage repair.
We should have
by 2025, and so far we have only delivered on 0.10 kilometers. 0.10.
We should have done.
Let me not sound like a non-mathematician. 0.10.
We should have done how much?
Yes, 0.10. That is less than 1 kilometer.
No, but tell us, what should we have done? What was the target?
6 kilometers.
6 kilometers.
Yes.
From which period to which period?
GARID has been in force since 2019.
So from 2019 till 2025.
Yes.
According to the GARID project.
Yes.
We should have done about 6 kilometers of drainage repairs.
Yes.
And as we speak,
yes,
well, by June 2025,
yes,
last year 2025,
yes,
we had done
0.10,
not even 1 kilometer.
No, not even 1 kilometer.
Not even 0.5.
Yes. And if we look at solid waste collected, we are looking at about 404,900 cubic meters collected and disposed from underserved communities. And assets recorded is amounting to 362.34 million Ghana cedis. But asset register must show what became of flood control. So the big question is, are we reducing flood risk, or only funding another cycle of reports, relief, this desilting and reconstruction. And once we've gone through the ledger and we go into the big conversation, there's a lot more. So for those who are listening, it's important that we understand that when funds are committed to help solve a crisis, to help mitigate floods and deal with it to a large extent, and we are still experiencing floods, then we must ask questions. People have said that from 2019 to 2024, a lot of the commitments the funds used were overheads, like we've seen things like trainings and vehicles and things like things, COVID-19, things unrelated to the flood mitigation, the purpose of the funds itself, you know. And then from 2025 to 2026, you see, there has been an increase in expenditure, and people are asking, where is the value for money? Because as much as we say the funds have been used for infrastructure projects, we want to see the value for money. You know, what has the money been used for? Who are those contractors? You know, how were they contracted? Are they giving Ghanaians value for money? So these are non-partisan questions that need answering. And that is why some of us have used our platforms to advocate that the government must come clear on the figures. Because, you know, so far there's very little data on information. And even how we managed to get the ledger of over 2,000 transactions, you know, it's a miracle.
And picking up from what the earlier ones you mentioned,
yes,
particularly for the drainage repairs,
yes,
that money was allocated for.
yes,
But we did not do. We have only done about 0.10 kilometers off the expected 6 kilometers. And 3 weeks ago, a few weeks ago, I was saying that monies that are dedicated for these things, particularly for flood mitigation efforts, they should be ring-fenced, such that the way we are,
it would be used solely for what it
for
is
that purpose. Because the way we are, we will not prevent it from happening.
Yes.
We'll wait for it to happen, and then we'll have to go and do something about it.
Yes.
By the time we want to go and do something about it, the money that we should go and use to do that thing, na meba school fees when you know that money is for rent.
Yeah.
When you know that money is for a certain particular purpose. Because if you don't do it like that, then that is what we're talking about this morning. The monies allocated, used, but used differently.
Yeah.
So we go back to the same problem. We've not solved the problem.
Yeah.